Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, I'm so thankful you're here with us today. We're looking at some reasons to use the King James Version of the Bible, and we're going to be looking at Hebraisms and maybe get into also conformative Greek structure and style. So let's get started. Thanks for being here. Do check out our other videos. And we're on sites.google.com, kjvtoday.net. And some reasons, and some of these reasons are reasons a lot of people don't give why the KJV is to be preferred. So let's get started. Thanks for being here. And again, check out our other videos on this subject, but whole variety of different subjects. We've got thousands of videos here. Been doing it many years. The KJV preserves lexicographical and syntactical Hebraisms, and this is from William Rossano, Hebraisms in the Authorized Version of the Bible. Now, where you can get some of these books at is from Vance Publications, Vance Classic Reprints. Mike can just get that one off Amazon, though. Many contemporary translations, in an attempt to make the Bible sound more familiar to readers, because we should be striving for accuracy, obviously, do whatever we have to do to understand the words of God, dilute the Hebrew feel of the Bible. Much of the peculiarity of the language of the King James is due to its faithful mimicry of the Hebrew language. Read Tyndale, read David Daniel. It goes into all that, how Tyndale had a choice, translate the Bible, primarily the New Testament, but he did do some Old Testament later before he got killed for translating the Bible, because it was illegal for common people to have the Bible in England for many centuries. They were getting burnt at the stake. That's what motivated him to do it. 7 parents had taught their children the Lord's Prayer and the 10 Commandments in English, and he got burned at the stake, 1516-ish, 1517. So he's like, I'm going to translate the Bible into English and make it to where the plowboy knows the Bible, and all this. And so, or do I take the Greek and then the Hebrew and translate it, and then because there's such a pent-up desire for Scripture that people will learn to read it as it accurately reflects Hebrew and Greek. And that's what he did. And that's what all of us should do. All right. Because how dumbed down do you want to get? I was just listening to a Gen Z Bible today, and it was so blasphemous. It really was horrible. It wasn't targuming the Bible. It was just destroying the Bible. Also see the Harvard Literary Guide to the Bible, where it talks about all this for pages, and says it's best represented in the King James Bible, but seen in all Reformation Bibles, that you're just it's the transparency of Hebrew in English. So I've got a tract on that, KJV Apostolics. Much of the peculiarity of the language of the KJV is due to its faithful mimicry of the Hebrew language. Some Hebraic expressions, such as the Hebraic anticipatorial accusative, God saw the light that it was good, Genesis 1:4, and Hebraic double prepositions, Abram went up out of Egypt, Genesis 13:1, are completely removed, even in translations that are purported to be essentially literal, such as the NASB, of however many iterations it's gone through, 8 or 9, and the ESV. Look at Double Jeopardy by Lawrence Vance for the NASB. The ESV, and it's going through multiple iterations, and they tried to stop it, and then they said they're not. Acclaimed Greek teacher John Dobson, who is wonderful with Hebrew and Greek, author of Learn New Testament Greek 3rd edition, invites his students to pay close attention to the Hebraic influence in the Greek New Testament. That's something that's missed constantly, because these were Hebrew thinkers, Hebrew speakers. Aramaic, which is very closely aligned with Hebrew. Due to his apparent preference for dynamic translations, he does not seem to prefer the KJV. However, he acknowledges that the KJV follows Hebrew style more closely than a modern translator would normally do. That's page 305. But John Dobson, he's good. He teaches Hebrew and Greek like in Kenya to non-native English speakers, and he's fantastic at teaching it. So the Hebraisms are accurate. Harvard says this. Others acknowledge it. William Rossino, Hebraisms in the Authorized Version of the Bible. There's others that scholars that see this, that when you read the King James Version, you're transparently seeing the thinking process and the speech pattern of Hebrew. So God bless you. We love you. Thanks for being here. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.